Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Daily Grind here at TCS. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 7. We're really proud of that. We're going to be starting off today with this beautiful Camaro. You might remember this from last episode where we did the carbon ceramic brakes and a little aerodynamics. We've recently finished up the project, so today we're going to be taking a kick-ass test drive with it, and you guys can come along with me and check it out. Hey guys, hey! Alright guys, so we're here in this Camaro SS. We did some pretty extensive work here, so we're excited to give it a test drive. And additional to the, what's it called, BC Racing coilovers, we did a BMR Stage 4 suspension kit. So basically all the bushings in this car are upgraded to polyurethane. There's some additional braces, like some chassis braces that were added on the bottom so the body doesn't twist as much. And it's just a really good all-around driving car. Most people with these cars, I feel, or at least a lot of the customers that I get, they're really into making this car like 900 horsepower, 800 horsepower, super fast, nice straight line car. But a lot of people, I feel, overlook the other portions of the vehicle that you could really make it such a well-rounded driver. You know, and that just comes with the braking, the suspension, and things like that. So, you know, this customer really just built this great all-around driving Camaro. But I mean, you know, I think it makes 480 to the wheel, so, I mean, nice! We got a little Burberellis. It's good power of this car. It's just great. I like, really one of my favorite parts about this car, I mean, other than that it's V8 rear wheel drive NA, is the shifter. Not only that it's manual, but this Hurst shifter is like super strong. It's like when you slam it into a gear, it's like defined and like you know you're in that gear and it's notched in there. It's really, really confident in its shift, which I like. And the throw has been lessened. So just to me, it feels like a diesel shifter that should be for a diesel car like this, you know? But absolute pleasure to drive. I'm huge on the European cars. I love manual transmission cars. I love European. But this car right here, this build, this Camaro specifically, the way that, you know, we've built it with our customers so far, really, really has me, you know, definitely considering a car like this in my future. All around, from the installation to the thought process of the build, to the driving experience, it's been a good car. To me, a good car is a car that you can modify and enjoy, and you have more time on the road than in the shop. There's a lot of wonderful cars out there, but some platforms, you know, when you go heavy modification, there's cars that actually end up in the shop more than on the street. So this is a car that, you know, he brings it in during the week, we modify it, takes it out on the weekends, and he's really never held up. So second before first, first before reverse. You line up your synchros. Whoever's watching this, thank me. I know you will. Car sounds great. It really does. But yeah, from last episode, I'm sure you guys remember we did the carbon ceramic brake system in this, and we're just taking it out on the test drive right now. So I definitely notice a lot more bite, a lot more response from the brakes. But the nice thing is it's not overbearing, it's not too aggressive, so you can ease into the brake pedal, you can cruise it. It doesn't feel too out of the realm of an OEM setup because these are OEM parts, which is nice. But you know, I'm sure these brakes, when they really shine, is when they get hot. They say they grip better when they're hotter, and they actually last a lot longer. You don't get any brake fade on the track. So for someone to like outperform these brakes, you got to be doing some really, really heavy shit. And I don't don't even know at that point you can. So. You know someone on YouTube is going to be like, cares about customer's car, then rails it down the block, you know what I mean? But no, it's okay.
We're just testing it, breaking it in.
Well, it's 5,000 RPM, 5,500 I kind of shifted out there, so I mean, it's not too bad. And I know the owner, he would say definitely drive it and make sure it's good, so.
We're good.
Alright, we'll go back to the shop now and see what else we got cooking the rest of the day. Alright guys, you probably remember this X3M from last time. We did that wonderful titanium Akropovich exhaust. He is back, he's got the mod bug. We're here for more parts. And with these vehicles, it's usually always high end. And with this client, it's definitely always high end. So, we're doing a beautiful set of wheels today and wrapping it up in some new tires. These are a set of HRE wheels. So if you guys know about HRE, this is probably one of the leading forged custom wheel companies made right here in the USA. These wheels are fully forged and custom for each vehicle. When you buy a set of wheels like this, you fill out a form, you sign it, you're dead to rights, you give them sizes, offsets, specs, colors, all that good stuff. So it's custom made specifically for you. So you can go anywhere from maybe as low as a 16 or 17 inch wheel up into maybe the 20s, 22, 24. Right around there. One of the coolest parts about the HRE wheels is unboxing them whenever you open up an HRE wheel. Now these are HRE forged wheels. They're not the flow form version. The flow form versions are functional, wonderful wheels, but the price point's a little lower. These wheels are fetch a premium for sure. So when you open up the HRE forged wheels, the boxing is pretty cool. First you have the centerpiece. This should have some center caps in it, maybe some hardware and things like that. Yeah, here you go. So you got your HRE center caps. You have your installation and care handbook, which is great. But yeah, absolutely wonderful. The attention to detail and the quality of the parts is second to none. And I'm so proud that this stuff is made in USA. That is so kick-ass, man. I mean, it's right up there, maybe even higher than companies like BBS or, you know, brands like that. But you know, this brand itself is just absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorite sets of wheels. I haven't been able to afford a set in my life just yet, but one day I will get it. I'd rather HREs than a Rolex, but that's just me. Let's see what we got here. HRE wheels. Take off this little hairnet. Lord knows I don't need it because I'm bald. And here we go. So a very basic wheel. This wheel seems like a monoblock wheel, single piece, forged aluminum. So you can get 2-piece and 3-piece from HRE, but this is a monoblock wheel. The beauty about these wheels is their weight. They're extremely light, especially for a 20-inch wheel that we're going to be putting on here. So really, really clean. These wheels again are fully forged aluminum, and the fitment's just on point. The customer does have some spacers on his factory wheels now. He did say he'd like to keep them on there if needed, but from what I know, a lot of these wheels are made like right to spec, so we'll see if he needs them or not. But I can't wait to wrap these up. What did we do? I think Pirelli. What tires did I do? Yo, Will, I did Pirelli or Michelin for these? Pirelli. Nice, nice. So these are going to be wrapped up, and instead of Pirelli tires, we're going to be going a lot wider. We're going to be putting a 275 up front and a 305 in the rear, so it should sit quite nice. If you guys, anybody out there watching, has any kind of vehicle that is difficult to get fitment for, like an exotic car, just something very rare, the beauty of these wheels is that we can make them and have them made in any size that you need. We recently had a customer with a CLK Black Series AMG, which is beautiful. He needed a set of custom wheels. We went with HRE. They were fitted absolutely perfect. There's a photo of that vehicle hanging on our wall inside. And we also did HRE on a Dodge Viper, which is also on the wall inside too. And that one required custom wheels, and that was the way to go with that. Nice. The whole idea behind a wheel like this is when you have a higher end vehicle like this, they already come with pretty premium wheels. These are forged these are forged BMW wheels right out the factory. So when you go with an aftermarket wheel, you want to make sure that you're getting something of a little higher quality. Now there's great companies out there, Vossen Wheels, Rohana, Niche Wheels. They make all beautiful stuff, absolutely. But a lot of these wheels are just cast or like flow formed wheels. So They really aren't even made to the level of the original wheel. So to me, if you're throwing on any other wheel than, you know, something forged, 3-piece, monoblock, high-end stuff, you're actually downgrading your vehicle. Now I know aesthetically they might be wider, bigger, more stanched, it might look great, but to me, you know, a lot of the stuff is about function, and to get a wheel that's higher quality than the BMW M wheels is, you know, hard pressed to find something like that. So definitely a brand like HRE is the way to go. That's why on our CLK and our Viper, that was kind of the only choice. So definitely a quality wheel. We're even doing a set of HREs for Honda Civic actually too. So it doesn't matter what vehicle you have, it's just if you want a quality wheel and you want something fitted just right, like a well-tailored suit, check us out, we'll hook you up with some HREs.
Oh, these are all for the X3 also?
So, yeah, this is Evolution Raceworks.
Oh, he went ham.
He went in. So these are Evolution Raceworks downpipes for the X3M also. We're going to be doing this and tuning it with a boot mode tune, so we should make a good amount of power.
Hold on.
It's going to make a lot of power on our S85 motor. Little spot for your O2 sensor. Everything's V-banded, which is great too. All the BMW stuff's V-banded, so if you guys know about turbos and piping and all that, V-band has a really tight hold. The design is great. So we got some V-banding going on here, and this is quite a quality product. Yo guys, what's going on? I just want to share with you an upcoming project we have for this beautiful Land Cruiser. This is actually a Lexus LX450, but also known as a Toyota Land Cruiser. This is an FJ80 series Land Cruiser, one of the most stout and classic, well-trusted overland vehicles that you can buy from Toyota. This vehicle is a 1997, I believe, with 250,000 miles, still going strong. We're going to be doing some great overland upgrades, some drivetrain upgrades. We're going to be taking this on a trip in 2 weeks up to the Canadian border, and we're going to work our way down through New Hampshire. So we got to make sure this is up for the course and up for the job. So we're going to be starting off with re-gearing the differentials using Nitro gears. We're going to do a 488 ratio. We're also going to be adding an electronic rear locker made by Eaton to the rear diff. During that overhaul, we are going to be rebuilding the axles as well. So this is going to have a clean bill of health when we're done, and it's going to be ready for the trails. Check out these kick-ass parts. This is definitely one of my favorite pieces we're going to be upgrading this FJ80 with. This is an Eaton ELocker. This is an electronic locker. This is going to go into the rear differential, and what's going to happen is when he hits a switch operated by 12 volt, it's going to lock the two rear wheels together. So it won't be an open diff anymore. You need an open diff for daily driving on the street, but when you're off-road and you need to get over certain obstacles, an E-locker is very important. We might have touched upon this a little bit in a previous episode on the 4Runner 5th gen that we just finished with the Nitro gears as well. Additional to this beautiful E-locker, we will be upgrading the gears and the axle ratios to a 488 using Nitro gears. We saw this setup again on that 4Runner a couple weeks ago. Check it out. Here's Nitro gears. We've got a beautiful ring and pinion here. This is going to fit in our diffs and give a way better power band, way better torque curve to this vehicle. Super important on any overland build. There's so many people out here with the 4x4s and overland vehicles. They want light bars and roof racks and max tracks and rooftop tents and all this fucking crazy shit, right? But what they kind of skip on is the stuff that you don't see, and essentially that stuff usually is the most important kind of stuff. So to me, if you really want to get out there, you really want to do some challenging off-roading, some really difficult trails, or even some light rock climbing, things like that with your overland vehicle, upgraded gears and a locker, 100% important. We do them here at the shop. Check us out. So for anybody watching, you guys are into cars, maybe even the Japanese tuner scene, you might know a wheel called the Enkei RPT1. It's a legendary performance wheel from Enkei you normally see on sports cars. Beautiful thing is recently, maybe over the past 2 years, they recreated this wheel for 6-lug Toyota trucks. So it has a larger center bore, 6 lugs, and they named it the RPT1. I think T stands for truck. So let's check it out. So you check these out, really clean, lightweight, which is really good. Once you add these larger wheels and tires, there's a lot of weight, a lot of stress in the drivetrain. So you want to make sure your rotating mass is as light as possible. So going with a wheel like this is definitely the way to go. This wheel comes in at 16 inches by 8 inches wide with a 0 offset, which is going to work for Mitsubishi, Toyota, the 4Runners, Tacomas, the Land Cruisers. Phenomenal wheel. These come at a really good price point. They're a little higher in price than maybe, let's say, a normal cast wheel, but surely they're not expensive as maybe a beadlock or, let's say, a higher-end forged wheel. These might come in a little over $300 a piece. Let's check it out, guys. We got a Wrangler here by one of our wonderful customers. His name is Billy. Shout out, Billy. Thanks for bringing your truck. We did some great modifications on Billy's vehicle here. One is these great custom switches right here. So each switch has a custom icon and it has custom text. So these texts are actually for his wife, his kid, which is really cool. But then my favorite one on the bottom is Billy's U light. So he hits this light right here with the big ass middle finger and it turns on 4 rigid LED lights that are situated in the 5th wheel. So if anybody's tailgating this guy, blast him with that light. You better watch out. We are here under the X3M competition. We just dropped down the whole entire exhaust so we can do the downpipe swap. Pretty involved installation. Some of the BMWs are pretty easy to put them in. This one seems a little more involved, but as you can see, the whole entire exhaust is out, laid down on the floor. We have full clearance in the channel. Brian's got a lot of room to work with what he needs to work with, and hopefully these downpipes fit just right. They're from Evolution Raceworks. It's a high-end brand. Usually this stuff fits really well, so I'm hoping, because this is the first one we've ever done, and there's not too many parts out for these trucks or these cars or whatever they are, right, just yet, but I think it's going to go out, go along just fine.
All right, boys. We have here Evolution Raceworks catless downpipes for S58, I believe.
It's for an X3M to simplify your life.
Motor.
Oh, for the motor specifically. Bitch, I'm
Motor,
fucking...
I think, is an S58. It is the old grandpa to the B58. This is the old elderly man that's been working mad hours and has mad experience. So it's got two downpipes, twin turbo, twin scroll. So the way it works is it's kind of complicated. One pipe must go first before the other in order for you to snake them through properly. The way the bends go and everything. So this pipe goes second with the 2 studs that hold it together, and the other pipe, which would be this pipe right here, which I took out. This would be the pipe that would go into the other end first, and then this goes after, and then the V-bands that are factory actually get attached here, which simplifies, the work. I really like this product. It's starting to look really nice. I like the little logo right here, Evolution Raceworks. Look, they even welded in a few fucking tabs right here. Nice welds, high quality turbo style flex pipe right here. I think we're doing good for now.
Tell me what you're thinking. What's your dilemma?
Brianne, why don't you tell the camera today what you're doing on this beautiful X3M competition, Brianne? I'll speak for Brianne.
Thank you.
So like we spoke about outside, we're doing some HRE wheels, Pirelli tires, and we're doing a beautiful Eventori carbon fiber intake. We're doing downpipes as well. So the way this car works is the whole intake system is actually right on top of the motor here. So all this has to be removed just to get behind the firewall to get to those downpipes. So this is actually a perfect time to do the downpipe and the air intake combo. And Brian's gonna knock it out. Every M car we've ever had here, M5s, M6s, M3s, M2s, all that stuff. Brian has always done our work. He's done a great job. This is a new style for us because of the S58 from BMW, so we actually haven't worked on this motor specifically, but we see a lot of comparisons between the S55 from the M3, so we think we're going to be able to get around it. Yo, custom shop fact 108. There's 3 cool bosses at the shop. 1, 2, and the cool boss, number 3.
Going on here today? Speak up and look at the camera.
The 2017 Camaro SS. I just not too long ago took off the front bumper. He added it's like a bigger grille to get more airflow in. And plus this one is like plastic. That one is black gloss. It looks pretty good. I took out the intake. I'm doing MSD spark plug wires, and I'm doing NGK iridiums. All 8 cylinders. Then after that I have, I believe it's a Corsa exhaust system and an X pipe that I gotta do. And like little minor stuff, like he wants carbon fiber door handles. that's about it. This car was in, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I did the taillights, I did the carbon fiber spoiler, I did some other minor stuff like light up the door trims and stuff. I actually like working on this car, it's pretty fun.
All right, guys, that wraps up another day here at the Custom Shop. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Daily Grind. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment below, and share this video with your buddies. We appreciate everything. See you on the next one. Peace.